Hello, this is Larry. I'm making another video. I have some questions for liberals. Okay, so I learned on NBC that since Hillary did better among white college-educated people and Trump did better among voters without college degrees, that Trump supporters are low-information voters. So for a liberal to make a statement like white voters without a college degree are low information voters, is that not the definition of prejudice? Okay. So I also learned from liberals, a liberal news website, I won't mention the names that start with the initials MSNBC, but states like Wisconsin and North Carolina wanted voters to show their IDs. So that was called voter suppression to minority voters who tend to vote Democrat and therefore would tend to vote for Hillary. So they're basically saying that if you're a minority and perhaps you're poor, that you don't know how to make it to your local DMV to get a state ID or a driver's license. Again, is that not the definition of prejudice? If you're a minority, you're not able to go to the DMV to get yourself your state ID or driver's license. Okay, so again, this news website, this liberal news channel, MSNBC, refers to Trump as a racist. So yes, I've heard that a lot. So, but they never give you a specific example of how he is a racist. So if any liberals are watching this video, and thank you for watching this video, please comment some examples of how Donald Trump is a racist. Okay, so Trump appointed Steve Bannon as his chief of staff. Bannon's involvement with Breitbart seems to appeal to white supremacists like the KKK. By the way, hasn't the KKK been essentially totally irrelevant since like the 1960s? For that matter, Donald Trump may appeal to white supremacists. So how does that automatically mean that Trump hired a racist for a key position or that Trump himself is a racist? I don't see how if a white supremacist prefers one political candidate over another, automatically makes that candidate a racist. But maybe some liberal can explain that to me. I might be missing something, you know. After all, I didn't get a college degree, so I'm one of those low information voters. So people are freaking out that a racist was voted by their fellow Americans as president. So I have a question for you Hillary supporters. Why are you not freaking out that the Clinton Foundation took millions of dollars from countries that murder gays just for being gay? So I'm a racist and a sexist because I voted for Trump, but no problem for Hillary to take millions of dollars from countries that murder gays just for being gay. Okay, so I have another question for liberals. Maybe they could answer this. You know, a few weeks ago when a couple police officers shot some minorities in traffic stops, it was all over the news nonstop. Political coverage, election coverage was stopped for a day so they could comment on how police officers are racist and are going around shooting minorities. But yet, there's been over 700 murders in the city of Chicago, mostly minorities on minorities. But I hardly ever hear that on the national news. There certainly isn't a panel of experts talking about it. So the Black Life matters when he's killed, when one of them is killed by a police officer, but the 700 black lives that are killed by other blacks in the city of Chicago doesn't matter. Boy. So sometimes my blood pressure. I'm going to take my blood pressure medicine just thinking about this insanity. So 4 police officers were shot just this past weekend while they were in their squad cars. It's not a case where there was a shooting and they're chasing someone down and they got in a gunfight. No, they were just ambushed in their police cars. And I didn't see a panel of 4 experts talking about what a tragedy this is and why this is happening. I didn't see any protests about protecting our police officers. Don't blue lives matter? All right, so going back to the election, Trump received approximately 58% of the white vote. And a prominent liberal newscaster on a prominent news station, I won't mention the name, but the initials start with CNN, calls this a white lash. So I have a question for Mr. Whitelash. Why wasn't Obama being elected by 93% of the black vote called the blacklash? – 93% is a lot higher than 58%. Okay. So, Barack Obama, our beloved liberal president whose presidency is ending in the next few months. The national debt has doubled during his 8-year administration. So essentially, the 43 presidents that preceded him over 230-something years accumulated what really I would consider an unacceptable amount of debt. And now Obama in only 8 years has doubled that debt. But again, I never hear about that. The only news station that even mentioned it was Fox News. Why is this never mentioned? Why is this acceptable? Part 2 coming later.